Hey everyone, I am Damian Holbrook from TV Guide Magazine and TV Insider, and I'm talking with Jamie Dornan from HBO Max's The Tourist.
You're awake. You're in a car crash? Cops couldn't find any ID. Can you tell me your name?
I have no idea about anything.
So Jamie, congratulations. This has been a great couple years. Good job. The Tourist, though, man, this thing starts out in such a great way. Your character has this crazy car accident, and then he comes out of it with no memory.
Yep.
And it all goes from there. How challenging / fun is it to take on a role where the character doesn't know who they are? Because you get to form it.
Yeah, it's totally new territory. I've actually played a character who the second series into something has lost his memory, but the whole time you don't know if he's telling the truth or if he's manipulating the situation. That happened in the fall, so I have an idea of it, but it's different because of that. With this, there's a sincerity to it. It's a truthfulness to the fact that he's lost his memory, and as a result of that, changes the whole way you work. You know, usually you're building up a backstory to a character and you're trying to work out how they respond to people and what antagonizes them and what makes them why they are incapable of love or whatever it is. You're trying to build all that up, and suddenly you're like forget everything, block that out, make sure everything that's been told is new information, is rattling information. That's hard to do when you do know what's coming. It's very strange. But I loved it. I loved the challenge of it, and I loved the sort of mix of stuff that happens to him along the way, the tonal shifts that go on. That all added to just the fun of it all for me.
There are so many cool pops of surprising tone changes where it's really gritty and really, it's just sweaty and everything's barren. And then there's a quirky moment and you're like, this is a ride.
Yeah.
And then every episode seems to have some kind of crazy twists.
Yeah.
This does not look like it was an easy job, though.
It's the hardest job of my life. It just was for so many reasons it was. It's so nice having, yes, it comes out in the States, in North America, whatever, this week, and in some other places very soon. But in the UK and Ireland, Australia, and everywhere it's been shown, it makes me so happy that it's been received so well, because to have gone through something like this, which was so hard and potentially the hardest job I'll ever do, if everyone disliked it, it'd be much trickier for me to get here with a smile on my face. So yeah, it was tough. The Outback is no joke. It's a hostile environment. There's sandstorms. We're all wearing fly nets all the time. There's sand and dust getting into everything. It's roasting when we got there. It was freezing when we left. It was not an easy job for any department on this crew. So I'm excited. The next job I do is in the studio a lot. I'm quite excited to be in a safe environment.
Right. Get back to those tailored suits and whatnot. Danielle, I think your character is the only one I trust so far.
Yes, that's accurate.
He's also the only one I like. So talk to me about Helen, because she's a bit in over her head investigating all this, but she's very good at her job.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. That's the one thing that I found when I first read it. I was like, oh, Helen's the one character we can trust. She's the only one we can trust the whole way through. But it's a good grounding point, because at least the audience knows there is someone they can stick with. There is a grounding point the whole way through, which is nice. They're you want to feel taken care of as an audience member.
Exactly. And then I feel, become very protective of her, not just in the course of the investigation, which puts her in some danger, but her husband sucks.
Yeah, I know he does. Yeah, I think it was important to see some incredible people with great instincts, because she does have great instincts. She's clearly, really right on the money with this case, and she's really exploring that and becoming a pretty good police officer when she's only been doing it for a week. It's she's got good instincts, but also like these amazing people can also be in like emotionally abusive relationships and not even realize. Right. And I think that was really interesting to explore. Like no one's perfect. We're not all understanding of everything around us. Like we can be really attuned to some things in some areas and then really not in others. No one is all good or all bad. I think the show really explores that with every character. You know, even if you despise a character, you're like, but they can't really be like all bad because there's also this. I mean, maybe there's some, but like there's usually a balance. There's one at least, but usually with all the characters as the show goes on, you really see kind of like both sides. And even with Ethan, you know, Helen does explain later on, like there is a time that he really did something great, and that is a part of what really connects me to him. And I think that really shows like it's always more complex than we realize. There's always more beneath the surface. And from the outside looking in, it's so easy to be like, what are you doing? But when you're in it, it never is. And that's how people get stuck in these situations.
Congratulations. Thanks. You guys do not forget The Tourist on HBO Max. So fascinating, so twisty. Hopefully I'll talk to you again soon.